Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going over these lights that you see right here in my hand. These are the new 250 lumen Streamlight USB rechargeable micro streams. Now I actually have 3 of them. The story on that is that last week I was traveling with my wife and I had the black one with me. That's what I carried with me for the trip, and she stayed behind to handle some business and she insisted that I leave the black one with her. So today, for review purposes, we have these two, the red and the Coyote, but it doesn't really matter in terms of function that we're going to show you here today because these illustrate the 2 different types of microstreams that are out there. So let's touch on that first. They came out, I believe, at SHOT 2018. That's when I first got my black one, and I've had it since. I've used it a lot, carried it a lot, simply because it's so convenient, so small, and has a pretty decent output. Now, all of them, with the exception of the Coyote one that you see here in my hand, are going to have the output where it comes on low first and then goes to high. The Coyote one goes high, then low. So that's why I say it really doesn't matter here for the purposes that I don't have the black one, because the red one operates the same way. They also make a blue one that, again, would operate the same way. It's only the Coyote that's going to go high, then low. But what we're going to do now is make sure the dogs approve of it, of course, then check out the Beame Comparison, see how it compares to a couple other lights out there that are, of course, are going to be bigger. And then after that, we'll get into the details of the light and what I think of it overall. For those of you new to the channel, the area where the wood fence meets the metal fence is about 35 feet away. The trees are about 40 to 50 feet away, depending on which one you're looking at. And this is the output on high from the little USB light. You can see it does have a focused area, which we're focused on right there. And it does have a pretty decent spill as well. It's kind of got 2 rings. So the inner ring with the most candela and the most throw, and then the outer ring. Dogs are getting excited. You can focus the reflector if you want to by actually sliding the piece forward, same as you would when you were going to recharge it. Now, for comparison's sake, this is a older model, but this one here, you guys can see the different beam pattern. And this one's a lot more focused, a lot more hot spot, whereas here with the USB light, we definitely have more spill. This light's obviously designed for EDC type of use, so I wanted to give you something a little bit more realistic. We're in my garage here, and it's basically black. Again, I set my camera up to look pretty much like it looks to my eye, at least as close as I can get it. Now, the corner of my garage that you guys are looking at there is about 10 to 12 feet away. This is the Streamlight on low as it first comes on, and we will double tap it there and put it on high. You guys can see there on high, it is very bright, has that nice hot spot right there on the corner, and the spill is pretty generous as well. Again, low mode, high. Getting into the details of the light, we'll start here from the back and sort of work our way forward. We do have a clickable tail cap. It is exposed. Some people like that, some people don't. You have the option to momentary activate it, so just press and hold, and then to have the constant on by clicking. You are going to get that clicky tail cap switch. It is not silent, and if you want to change mode, you just hit the bump with about half a second in between. So you guys can see there with the red one, again, that's going to be for all the colors, not Coyote. It's going to come on low and then go to high. And with the Coyote, we're going to come on high, then go to low. Speaking of output, 250 lumens is what you're going to get on high. The runtime there with a fully charged battery is going to be 90 minutes. Now on low, you're going to get 3.5 hours of runtime, and you're going to get, I believe, 50 lumens in terms of output. Now your max candela is going to be 1,150, which isn't a ton compared to some of the bigger lights out there, but for a light of this size, it really is pretty impressive in my opinion. And speaking of size, it's 3.87 inches in length, and it weighs in rather at 1.2 ounces. That's with the battery, so pretty cool there. Continuing to move forward in terms of function, I got distracted there. We do have a 2-way clip, which I do like, so you can put it tail cap, or rather bezel down using it this way, and if you want to have it bezel up, you can do so using it this way. The clip is removable, just pull it off, it will come off. It's held on there just by tension. You can also use this to mount on like a baseball hat or something like that to make an improvised headlamp, should you choose to do that. And then continue to move forward on the body there. We do have the USB charging port. You guys can see it is O-ring sealed. My black one, which again my wife has been washed 4 times at this point, and that includes dryer cycles, and they have worked
it has worked every time. So I can say that it is, I believe, IPX4 rated, but it's pretty impressive in terms of what it can handle real world. You guys can see there when you plug it into a USB charger, which it does come with the cable, it'll be red until it's fully charged, and then when it's fully charged it will go over to green. And that's pretty much the process there. Again, once we push it down there, you guys can feel that O-ring. It'll kind of like sink into place. You can feel it. Again, if you want to focus the light, you can do so. I don't know why anyone would really do that, because you don't get any more peak candela, but some folks just like the option to have it, so it is there should you choose to use it. Since the light charges from that USB port, there's no need to really take the light down, but if you want to, you certainly can. When we move our tail cap, you guys can see the spring and the seal in there. We also have the O-ring seal there on the threads, and then we have our rechargeable battery. This is rated for 300 charges, but even after 300, it's rated to give you 70% of the output. So it will actually take more than 300 charges, of course. Now, if you want to actually purchase these separately, they are available. I think they're like $6 or $7 if you want to get the replacement batteries. But it's a non-standard battery, so it's not, you know, like a AAA or anything like that you can just pick up out of there. They're Streamlight specific, product specific. But again, they do sell them if you want to pick one up. But that's how you take it down. That is the battery. If you haven't seen one of these in person, I just wanted to do a quick comparison with a few other lights to give you some context in terms of how small they really are. They're pretty impressive for what you get in terms of output. So of course we have our MicroStreams, then we have the ProTac 2L, which I use for the Beame Comparison outside. This for years was a light that I carried. You guys can see it's got some good wear there on the head from me carrying it. And this light is relatively small, but still these ones are much smaller, dramatically so when you actually get them into hand. Then we have the Polytech X that you guys saw blinding us out there in the garage, and then like a Streamlight 1-inch light mount here that you're going to see, a 1-inch body light rather I should say, that you're going to see most guys were carrying pretty much up until about 4 or 5 years ago. These size lights, they've started to get smaller, and now of course we've advanced to the MicroStream, which again is a good option for a lot of people who either A, already carry and want something a little bit lighter, or a lot of folks who wouldn't carry a light. Otherwise now they can do so, and it's not so obtrusive that it's really going to be sticking out of your pocket, belt, whatever the case may be. It's just there when you need it, and very lightweight. The one factor that's always important that I didn't cover so far is going to be price. As of right now, if you look around, these are going to be priced somewhere between like $33 to $50 depending on the color and where you pick them up. So in terms of MSRP, I think they come in right around $50 over on Streamlight's site, but we will put links down below to places you guys can pick these up should you choose to do so at a little bit better price than the MSRP. Now, I think that's pretty good value. You guys saw the output there. We talked about it being able to take 300 charges with the standard battery, and again, that one can even be charged beyond that, just performance goes down, or you can replace that battery. But for a lot of guys, it's going to take a long time with the runtime that these lights have to need 300 charges. So value-wise, I think you get a lot there for the money, at least from everything I've seen. Again, my black one's been washed 4 times and dried 4 times. It still runs just fine. So the IPX4 rating that it has is probably an understatement, if you will. But I prefer the Coyote one personally. And again, I think it just depends what somebody is looking for with their light. A lot of people are just looking for basically something that's an improvement over their cell phone, right? So for that, absolutely the low 50 lumen version that comes on here with everything but the Coyote is a dramatic improvement for that. And when you need that high, it's there when you need it. Now, if you're looking for a quote-unquote tactical type of application, the Coyote one, in my opinion, is better. You don't have to double hit it to get that higher lumen when you need it. It just comes on and then it defaults down to low when you need to reduce the output. So I think it sort of depends what your application is and what you're looking for as to which model is best for you. But I do like the fact that they offer the Coyote model now, and it is a good option that wasn't there when these first came out. So glad to see it for sure. If you guys have any question about the lights, you can always post down below in the comment section. As always, you can also post over at my Facebook page, which is generally speaking the best place to get an answer from me should you actually need one. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and hope to see you in the next video.